A breaking news coming from the court in Lahti, Finland. Simon Eper has revealed what may shake Nigeria, particularly northern Nigeria. He said in court, I, from the BLGIE, I'm talking about the government in exile, the Biafra government in exile, to expose Buhari's true identity. And there may be a pathway to his release. Buhari is dead, controversy over his identity, and Finland court may decide to release Simon Eper anytime from now, because now that time is being revealed that truly all this one is fighting for is a fact. And number two, Buhari finally identity is causing mayhem even in the UK hospital. Mr. David, this morning, let's start from here. What do you have to say? Simon Eper may finally be released over this allegation that have turned out to be truth against the Nigerian government and Buhari that is finally late.
Simon Eper, for me, is the definition of a freedom fighter. He's a man who had come out to speak against injustice. Now, we've seen how the President Muhammadu Buhari has called the Igbos the dot, the circle. Yes. He called them the dot nation. He said they are just peanuts. They are minority. They are people who did not give him votes. Now, we saw how during the Civil War, how Buhari was also forced against Igbo, how he crushed the Igbos, how we saw how even those, when the president got an injunction, obviously got an injunction from the court to proscribe IPOP, a terrorist group. We saw all the atrocities the former president, the late president Buhari, who died some years ago, has committed against the Igbos. Now, are you not saying someone will sit down and watch how his own tribe is being heavily marginalized? He will come out and fight for them. He will stand up no matter what it takes. Simon Eper has come out. He stood up to fight for the cause of Biafra. Just yesterday, Simon Eper made it a shock revelation in court that Buhari buyed Igbos. And now, ever since then, the president has been on the wanted list of the ICC. ICC invited the president, but the president on ground, President Tinubu, has shielded the president from honoring that invitation, using either hook or crook to like allegedly whether bribe some officials in the ICC. And now today, everything has now bounced back in the head of Lai Mohammed and Mailami. I am very certain that now that their principal is gone, they will not escape justice. Now, Simon Eper has come out to tell the world that he informed the Biafra government in exile, just to showcase the atrocities in which under Buhari's watch, we saw how Fulanis were marching to villages in Enugu, Fulani, Imo State, and then other south part of southeast to fight people. And the president did not for one day proscribe the Fulani terrorists. Rather, he proscribed the Igbo IPOP. You see how sentimental the former president was. And now we also saw that the president also imposed a candidate in Imo State, a person of Hope Uzodinma, who came forth in that election. Today, we've seen how the president, during his watch, marginalized the Igbo, was killing the Igbos. And now, they in conjunction with the Kenyan government, also went to Kenya to kidnap nnamdikanu. But today, they are now paying for all their crimes. They are now paying for all their crimes. Despite all these things, the President Muhammadu cannot come out to state that Kanu, when Kanu alleged that he died some years ago, he could not come out to defend himself. Rather, he was busy chasing shadows, trying to arrest Kanu over the fact that Kanu said that the unity of Nigeria is not sacrosanct, and which is the truth. So now, this revelation coming out from Simon Eper that Nigeria unity is divided. I think at this point, nobody can stop. Nobody has the right to bind us together at this point. Everyone that wants to go at this point, let them go. Simon Eper has been championing the cause, and then we've seen We've seen even when Bianca, that was being recruited by the federal government to make sure that Simon Eper rots in jail today. Mas Simon Eper is winning the case. We saw how the former minister of interior Sunji Ojo was being chased out of the Finnish court in Finland in all of this. Now Simon Eper has tendered evidence against Buhari. He tendered the evidence even before Buhari, even before when it was rumored that Buhari lost his life. He had already done that. But now we don't know the games the Fulani are playing, knowing fully well that President Buhari is on the radar, is in the radar of the ICC.
Now let's look at this from possible angles to it now. Buhari is dead. Abakari is gone. I'm looking at this senator from Anambra State. He too is gone. Does it mean Tinubu battle is gone? Does it mean that yes, finally a green light is being achieved by Simon Eper? But the people that are holding him, that make sure that he was captured in Finland are all dead. Does it mean that no more case for Simon Eper?
No more case for him in the sense that see, Ekpa has become victorious because those who are charging him for this conspiracy are they are not coming out to even defend all the crime they allege Simon Eper committed. And then it is also obvious that even President Buhari and the Fulanis who have orchestrated this young man's arrest cannot go to Finland and defend this. Even it got to a point that it even got to a point that Bianca Ojukwu cannot come out and state the reason why they petition Simon Eper, because Simon Eper has done his part just to safeguard lives in the southeastern part of the country. But here they are today coming out to cook up lies against that young man. But today I can tell you that in some few weeks, Simon Eper would be out of all this mess that the federal government alleged and all this crime alleged against him.
Now let's look at this possible angle. Does it mean that who Simon Eper calls saboteurs of Biafra? Well, it's okay. Let's go to this angle. Chris Ngige has told Igbos to forgive Buhari. He said that Buhari fought for. I'm talking about Chris Ngige, former senator and former governor of Anambra State. He has told all Igbos forgive Muhammadu Buhari, but he fought to keep Nigeria one. But we saw people that are supporting the Biafra agitation, like Simon Eper people, nnamdikanu, are saying you are a saboteur. What do you think is the next line of actions for the so-called saboteurs in Igbo land who are always defending Buhari while he was alive?
For Simon Eper and nnamdikanu, they actually know how to deal with those men, because in the sense that you don't keep people who don't believe in your ideology. You don't make them as friends. So I think for me, nnamdikanu already knows those who are against his freedom, and then he has on countless times he has confronted them, knowing fully well that nnamdikanu and Simon Eper even make that short revelation that those keeping them in that confinement are not even the government, not the Fulani officials, rather the Igbo governors, the likes of Peter Mba, the likes of Hope Uzodinma, knowing fully well that if today the Oyendu himself comes out of the desert John, he knows how influential, how popular Mazi nnamdikanu will be. And this man has been tested, this man has been trusted, this man has the backing of his people. Knowing fully well that it is only one that has not come out to betray the trust of the people. We saw how so many persons started this Biafra agitation. The likes of who was in the case started it. OBJ gave him money. But now we've seen how even Tinubu himself have given nnamdikanu oil well for him to drop the agitation. But see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came out and said no, he does not want the oil well of the Nigerian government. That see, rather he would fight to keep the Fulani away from the people. That rather he will fight that see Biafra exit this country called one Nigeria. And now Kanu, don't forget that Kanu and Simon Eper is a nightmare, as is a nightmare to the Fulanis. That is why they are playing game to keep this men away. They know fully well that Kanu is a nightmare to them. Simon Eper is a nightmare to them. We saw that how his own vigilante group, the what ESN, was formidable, was on ground to safeguard lives and property in that region. And now they are doing everything possible. Now, the same Kanu said that Fulani has a conquest, has an hidden agenda to take over the land. He said that some years ago. Today, thank God, it is now playing out that all what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said some years ago is now coming out, is now playing out now. The verification is now coming out.
Okay, I must allow you go. If you are watching, like and share, drop your comment. Do you agree with them? Drop your comment. Let's know what you are thinking. But then, if you are not subscribed, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel and also on notifications. That when other information comes like this, you are going to be part of this particular channel. Thank you so much for watching.
I want one. I want one.
The Nigerian army has issued an ultimatum that this year there will be no Biafra's Heroes Day. This is a celebration set aside by the Indigbos to honor those of their legends and their veterans who lost their life during the Biafra war. Welcome to this wonderful channel, Tunis Point TV. Please, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like this video. Please share, comment for more political discourse. The Nigerian army has come out to issue an ultimatum, say that nobody should come out and celebrate the Biafra Heroes Day. And the Southern governors too have told same parts, saying that nobody should come out and celebrate the Biafra Heroes Day. But now, the question and the subject matter of the day is that what has the Biafra, the remembrance of this day got to do with the how is it going to bring anarchy in the land? These men are not quiet people. Last year, this celebration was old. Nobody lost their life. It is just a day to remember those who have lost their life during the Biafra civil war. I think what the government needs to do at this point in time is that those who are orchestrating the evil in Nigerian state should be dealt with. The Fulanis have become a menace in our society, and yet the government are not even worried. The government did not even, they don't even worry about the Fulanis, yet they are more concerned what the IPOB want to do on the 30th of May. For me, it is misplaced priorities, because you have in a state where a particular ethnic group has become lord over billions of Nigerians, over millions of Nigerians, and yet nobody is saying anything towards that. Nobody is calling the Fulanis, calling them to order. Nobody is telling them that the Fulanis are treading in the wrong direction. But yet they are using everything possible to oppress the evil man, to oppress their struggle, to oppress everything that belongs to them. The question is, how long can we continue in this contraption called Nigeria? Yes, how long can we continue in this contraption called Nigeria. The IPOB on their own has said that day nothing will stop that day. And they mean their words that nothing will stop the Biafra celebration day in the East. I'm not even against what the army have said, but I'm against the Southeastern governors who don't promote their own, who at every point in time antagonize their own thing. Antagonize their own thing. Are you telling me that in the north, some governors don't know who is sponsoring this Fulani bandits? Majority of them know that Fulani is being sponsored by some certain group of people, and yet these people keep mute. But it is only in the southeast that the southern governors would always come out to sell their own. The southeastern governors sold nnamdikanu. The southeastern eastern governors sold Simon Eper. They keep selling anyone who is driving the Biafra ideology. They keep coming out to go against anyone pushing that narrative, anyone pushing that ideology. But the question is that how long can we continue to remain in this contraction called Nigeria? This the same Nigeria that has deprived the Igbo man of presidency. The same Nigeria that has deprived the Igbo man of juicy offers in Nigeria. As it stands today now, the Senate president, the Igbo man is not there. The speaker, the Igbo man is not there. And you are saying the Igbo man is not heavily marginalized. If the Igbo man is heavily marginalized, then what will happen? Then what will happen? The Southeastern governors have made themselves tools in the hands of their paymasters. And that is why they do everything possible just to oppose the Biafra ideology and the Biafra declaration. And I can say it with every authentication that it will not go well. Every day for the thief, one day for the owner. It will not go well. It will not go well with them. Because as it stands, we know Nigeria is not a state that preach true federalism, that preaches for democracy. Now, the armies have vowed to take over the southeast on the 30th of this month. And yet, no governor has come out to tell the people that allow these people, let them do their thing. Let them do their thing. If the governors in the southeast can shorten his people, I am certain, I am sure, I am very sure that the army would not threaten those who want to come out to celebrate on the 30th, to celebrate the Biafra Heroes Day, just because the governors themselves are also part of the problem. The governors themselves are in support of the Nigerian government. They are also in support of the Nigerian state, knowing fully well that after you serve the Nigerian government, you will come back to your homeland. You will come back to your homeland. And if you come back to your homeland, how will the people rate you? How will the people rate you? How will the people see you? Is this individual truly a good leader? Will they see you as people who is actually fighting for freedom? Will they see you as someone who is also fighting for for the freedom of the Biafra? Will they see you as the enemy of the struggle? No matter how things goes, I can beat my chest that the IPOB might not back down. They will not back down because that day has been set aside to honor those who were pied, those who lost their life in doing the Biafra struggle. Nobody can say that if today the Yorubas want to celebrate the Oduduwa, nobody can tell them not to celebrate the not to celebrate the Oduduwa. But why are you telling the Igbos not to celebrate the heroes, their heroes, their leaders? The question is, for how long can we continue like this?